If you are considering a Lectric XPedition 2.0 or you already bought one, trust me, this video is going to be helpful to you. How many miles do we have?
576.
We've been riding cargo e-bikes for 7 years, so we have a lot of thoughts. We'll showcase some accessories, helmets, a cool wheel lock that happens to be compatible, the best cell phone mount, a horn,
The bottomless bag, water bottle holders, kids seats.
and that's just to name a few. But we'll also give you some buying tips when you're buying from Lectric, and we'll talk about some pain points that we have with this electric bike, some that we haven't been able to solve, and we'll cover some awesome things that we didn't even think were compatible on this bike. Some of these accessories that we recommend come straight from Lectric. We'll give you a closer look. Others come from
shop.ebikeescape.com.
and your purchase helps support us here at eBike Escape, and others are third-party sourced. But before we get started, if you're planning to purchase a electric e-bike anyway, why not support our channel for free? Simply use our link down in the description before you make your purchase, or just scan the QR code with your phone before you buy. Thank you so much for your support. It truly makes videos like this one possible. With that,
Let's get started.
I'm Ryan. This is my wife, Allie. We needed to get the female perspective because trust me, she rides this bike just as much as I do. Maybe even more. Our first tip: if you're buying an Expedition, there is a strong case for buying one of the higher spec versions. Yes, it starts at $13.99 with the single battery. Then it goes up from there. You can get dual batteries or you can get the long range dual batteries. And historically, you get a lot more accessories when you buy the highest spec $2,000 model. So if you're planning to buy some accessories anyway, and you probably are because that's what makes cargo e-bikes special, there's a good chance you can just save money by buying the top end model. By the way, there will be a link to a blog post down in the description. That's where you can find links to all the products that we're talking about today. We're going to start in the front of the bike and move to the rear. Start with the front basket. There is a caveat to this because they changed their front rack accessory, and while you still can have storage up here, you no longer can have a large basket and large bag up here, but this still gives you a good idea of the quality.
So this is a roll top bag. Use it all the time. I call it bottomless because it really is. Has nice magnetic closures at the top and straps to keep your items secure.
Not only that, you can lift it up.
Oh, and it sits nice on your shoulder.
This is from Lectric, so you can buy the cargo package with their small bag. Highly recommend, because what happens when you have kids in the back, you still need storage, though there are some other solutions that we'll get to. Just a note, with the front rack accessory, you will need to move the front light. This next one is one of my favorites, and it is a wheel lock, and just so happens that it fits perfectly on the Expedition. This comes from Abus, and it just makes lockups easy because it's a wheel lock. So keys go on the right. I'll turn the keys, make sure the spokes are out of the way, and there you go. Your bike is locked. Now, depending where you live, this might be enough, just kind of depends. It would be pretty tricky for someone to carry this. It's over 100 pounds. But what has also been a game changer for us is this is a plug-in chain lock. And so you can be very far away from where you lock this bike to, or what we often do is we just lock two e-bikes together using this. So it just goes around whatever you're locking it to, and you can pull through, and it plugs in right here. And it's the same key when you want to remove, turn, pull, and release. Allie is part of the safety committee in our family.
So I like a mirror on each side. One mirror is for behind me, one mirror is for the children. These are nice bike case, very adjustable mirrors. Ryan and I are obviously different heights, so we adjust it each ride.
While the stock grips are actually pretty decent on the Expedition, I went ahead and upgraded to Ergon GS1. These are really nice ergonomic locking grips. They do come in different colors, so that is an additional comfort option. It's always good to alert people that you're there, either in a nice way or sometimes in a louder way. That can be handy as well. We have the Hornet bike horn. This is the one that I found. It's super reliable and high quality. We have the button tucked right next to our controls here, and this is the horn. This is how it sounds. It's very loud. Or if you want to just give a friendly on your left, we have the electric bell on the right side here. And even more, you can untwist this, and this doubles as a place to hide an AirTag. You might have noticed that there is a lot going on up here, tons of accessories, and the only way that is possible is because our cell phone mount is mounted to the handlebars and then comes up out of the way. This is the one we sell, and I think it's the best one currently on the market. Let me show you why. I have a huge, thick phone. There's an adjustment knob on the right. I'll slide my phone in here just below the volume button, and I'll turn that tighter. And then there's this additional lever here. This really clamps it down. So your phone's not going anywhere. You can also have it in portrait or landscape mode. It even is adjustable up and down by holding this button here.
And we've got Lectric's beacon front light, very easy to attach to the front handlebars. And it is seriously bright. I was riding in the pitch black the other night, and it was very helpful. And it also acts as a portable battery bank. Here are the different modes, starting low, going up to high, and then it even flashes.
There's even a cool breathing mode as well. We wanted to offer a basic tool set, so this is the one that we sell. But what's really cool is it comes with this mount, so you can mount this to your bike if you want, but you can also throw an energy bar, maybe sunglasses. You can attach basically anything that will go under these two straps to this. So that's handy as a secondary feature. You can just throw this in your bag. So it comes with 2 tire levers in case you ever encounter a flat. I hope you don't. And then you have your bits, a flathead Phillips T30, T25, and then 2.5 all the way up to 8 for hex. And then it has 3 different pieces, and you can kind of use what makes sense for the use case. So maybe you just want to use this little head that can help you get into tight spaces. Or if you want a little bit more leverage, you can attach the handle. And then this is quick release as well. Now you have a more longer tool and you can attach the bit right here. And then yes, this ratchets, which is really handy when you're tightening bolts down.
And then we have a Lectric frame bag, which really actually fits a lot. I fit my large water bottle. Currently we have a mitten. We've got rocks, really fits a lot. But what's more important is this speaker. Whenever you're riding with the kids, you need music. This speaker, Lectric sells. It's the perfect size to fit in a water bottle holder. It's pretty loud for its size.
And there's a reason we were okay putting the frame bag there, because you lose your bottle cage bosses. More on that in a bit. And there are side pockets as well. So we usually store our keys there so we don't lose them. All right, next, Allie, the game changer accessory. So we have our suspension seat post. And what's great is we have the option, you can just buy it with the shim that works with any electric e-bike. And so this just goes on here. And we've paired our suspension seat post with this seat. What would you give this out of 10, Al?
8.5.
I was going to say 8. It is pretty comfortable. There's always a trade-off between comfort and being able to pedal comfortably. This is the one that we've been using, so we'll link to this one. But of course, seats are really a user preference. And so this is what you can expect out of a suspension seat post. How much comfort does that add?
A lot.
Yeah.
I notice when I'm riding a bike that doesn't have it.
Next, let's talk battery storage. E-bike batteries are expensive, so in my opinion, you should take good care of them. And if you're traveling, even more so. This is a roll top bag, and yes, it still fits the massive 17.5 amp hour battery. It's waterproof and flame resistant, and you get a nice carrying handle when you clip it. It has Velcro straps in case you ever need to bring another battery along with you. This is a secondary option, also rack mountable with some reflective accents. And this battery fits in nice and easily. And there are Velcro access holes on each side in case you want to charge the battery while it's in the bag. And even some nice bungee cords if you're bringing it along with you. Gone are the days of needing to pump up your tires by hand. This is the best portable pump that I've found that we're now selling. It's really compact, offers USB-C charging. At the bottom is a needle for pumping up, say, balls. It also comes with a Presta adapter. but it's also simple to use. Simply lift it up here. It automatically turns on and you simply set your pressure. Then you screw it on your Schrader valve. This is really what makes it easy to use because there's just no messing it up. Once it's fully screwed in, you'll see that it will show me the current pressure, 26 PSI. And if I go to say 28, I'll just hit the power button and it automatically stops at that pressure. And finally, it also has a small light on it. All right, Allie, there are two things that I want you to talk about. Firstly, let's talk about the kickstand. So I have tried so hard to solve this problem. Show the audience trying to get the bike off the kickstand.
So this is in our grass right now, which makes it extra challenging. So to get the bike off the kickstand, get your muscles ready.
Keep in mind, this is unloaded.
I put a hand on the handlebars, a hand on the rack, foot on the ground, and oomph it. But the real challenge is putting it on the kickstand. The problem is the kickstand's too far back on the frame. So you really gotta basically wheelie the bike to get the kickstand up.
And I have done everything in my power. I tried some Italian-made kickstands, and unfortunately, it really comes down to the placement, not this actual kickstand. I think the kickstand is actually fine. So unfortunately, this isn't a problem that we can solve for you. Sorry, audience. Know that I put in a ton of effort to try to show something that would make it better.
But I would add, when the bike is on the kickstand, it feels very stable.
Which is also very important. All right, Allie, the next thing I want you to talk about is the kids zone here. Allie is normally riding the kids, up to 3 kids. Yes, they can fit on this just barely. So why don't you talk through the current setup, and then we'll talk about some alternate setups depending on how many kids we have at a time.
In my opinion, the Orbiter 2.0 is a must if you're putting kids back here. I appreciate the size of this. I appreciate the comfortable handle for the kids to put their hands here, so if the bike tips or falls, their fingers are protected.
I also appreciate those rails because when you remove all the kid accessories, you can put some milk crates in here, maybe some gas tanks as well. And it really holds it in place nicely with some additional straps.
So we've still got a little one in the Thule seat. This seat can go backwards or forwards. I prefer backwards for the fun factor for the kids.
Keep in mind, when I'm riding this, I do have to have this forward unless I want this jammed in my back. One note on the Thule seat, if you're shopping for these, what you want is the clamp style, the ones that attach to both sides of the rear rack. And also keep in mind, they have multiple variations that have some different designs, but yes, as long as it's the one with the clamp style, it will work.
Lectric has these seat pads that are very slick to use. To take it off, you unscrew this and it just pops out like so. So the cool thing is this is the same as this.
And if you remove the seat, you can have another one of these. So up to 3 of these work, and then yes, the kid in the rear has a nice backrest.
These are Lectric's running boards that if your kid's tall enough, their feet can rest here. Small complaint on this, they do jiggle a little bit when you're riding.
But as the person that puts these bikes on the back of our vehicle, I do appreciate that they're quick release. There's a little button underneath here and you can simply pull these out. Sometimes you need to loosen these up, but sometimes you need that extra space. Same goes for the quick release pedals. It's just nice to have them out of the way when you're traveling. Lectric definitely stepped their game up with the Orbiter 2.0 for all of the previous reasons, but also 2 sets of bottle cage bosses. We have these sidewinders that we sell. These were a limited run. They're typically in black, but it holds large water bottles like this one. They're fully adjustable for large water bottles. And for sure with this location, you want to make sure it's nice and snug. It wouldn't be a cargo bike if it didn't also haul cargo, not just kids. Bring them out, Allie.
This is my second favorite part of this bike, and I am serious. I have gotten over $200 worth of food from Aldi using these bags. One of the best pros is how easy it is to attach. They just clip in like that.
And when you want to remove them, you simply pull on these handles and they release. And even more, a little hack, if you will. Allie came out with a hack. Those attach to shopping carts, and if you're an Aldi shopper, you know why that could be handy.
These again feel like they are bottomless. Look at how much room you can pack into this. And then for secure storage on the ride home, you can buckle the side straps.
And if you're also hauling kids, depending on the ages of them, what's cool is they can kind of put their feet in here and you could still stuff some things around their feet. So that is an option as well. If you're like us and have kids, you need bike helmets, and kids are always growing. So we've tested out a lot of bike helmets, and these are among our favorites.
So this helmet is new from Xnito. The kids helmet features a light in the back, flashing or solid or dancing. Also has a front light and an optional brim. The best part of this helmet though is this buckle. This has a magnetic closure that the kids can put on and off independently.
And this is a new design. I haven't seen this before. They have this little pull string here, so the kid knows exactly where to pull to take their helmet off. Trust me, that is a game changer. The other cool thing about this helmet is it's one of the few helmets that's e-bike rated. It's NTA 8776. Moving to another kid's helmet that we've been using a lot. This is a Smith helmet. If your kid is maybe a little shredder mountain biker, this is the one that my son has been wearing. It is MIPS rated, has a really nice visor on it. It just has the traditional buckle, and like many of the other helmets, has an adjustable dial. Other brands of kids helmets that we've had a lot of experience with, the 1000 toddler helmet is a great option, has fit our littlest one very well. Also, Lectric sells their Lazer helmets. That's a little bit more of a budget option. Our other daughter has been wearing that one, but I think out of all the helmets for our kids, this has been one of my favorites. Now for the adult helmets.
So this Xnito is basically the kids version, but a little bit bigger. Comes in a super cool orange. Again, has the flashing, solid, dancing, and the front light. Optional removable brim. And even for adults, they included the really nice magnetic closure.
But one of the things that you have been telling me a lot about this helmet, and I do agree, it's so light. It's so light.
Yep, it's really comfortable. I'd say one of my most comfortable helmets.
Yep, definitely a favorite. And if you're maybe looking to pair your Xnito helmet with some sunglasses, maybe you want to check out Xnitos. They're brand new, polarized,
and made of carbon fiber.
Next, it can't be an accessory video if we don't at least mention Sena. Allie and I ride together all the time, and while these helmets aren't perfect, being able to talk to each other is way more important to us. You should probably just check out the full video that I did on the U1 helmet, and yes, Allie is now wearing one as well. She kind of had to retrofit some additional padding in hers to make it work. Wouldn't you agree, Allie? These are so much clearer than the previous generation.
Yes.
And we'll be testing out some other Sena products, so be sure to subscribe. And this one, while not a necessary accessory, I think is a fun one. Check out these biking socks from Darn Tough, my favorite brand. Maybe you're just looking for a gift for someone or to treat yourself. They're super comfortable. And once you wear them out, you can send them back to Darn Tough and they give you credit for a new pair. Remember, if you're planning to purchase a electric e-bike, you can support content like this for free. Just check out that link down in the description or scan the QR code on your screen before you make your purchase. Thank you so much for your support. And remember, there's a link as well in the description to all of the products that we talked about today. Let me know your favorite down in the comment section. Is there anything we missed? Thank you so much for watching.
And we'll see you in the next one.